and welcome. I can see two there waiting. Oh, I have to admit, Happy New Year to all. Oh, what have folks been up to today? Good evening, Mick. And how the hell are things in Ireland? I've not had a look how things are here for a bit. Uh, Hello, Valleys, and good evening. Happy New Year. Well, there you go. About the same here, Mick. Not far behind. So, what have folks been up to today? And we've got a third hopping in. Who's the third? Resting of. Well, after Christmas, I've done a bit of tidying in house and stuff. And I might hunt out one of my sketch pads after and do. In fact, if I can find my old drawing board, I've got an HST locomotive and, well, HST train I'm drawing. I may do a video of it for the channel. But I want to set my GoPro up, a rig, and a drawing board so I can do a time lapse drawing or painting. I might do one of a train for me railways channel and do one of a car or whatever for me diecast channel. I've always fancied drawing the Bullet Mustang as a car. Yeah, it's that shite time of year, isn't it, Valleys and Mick? You've had all the excitement of Christmas and all the fun, all the build up, and then you go into January and there's absolutely nothing happening. And it's dire, it's cold, it's dark most of the time, soggy. I live in Manchester, that pretty much describes summer as well. But yeah, I know it's not a nice time of year, really. I don't think I've done anything with my modelling today. I've looked at a couple of things, but I've been sorting stuff out in house, really. Tidying stuff up, binning things I don't need. I got a deal on eBay today. Worked out at 30 quid, but it's a lifelike. What were it? Oh, it's a livery I haven't got yet on American Law Courts. I've got a GP30 in Wisconsin Central livery, which is essentially the EWS livery, because Wisconsin Central originally were the biggest shareholders in EWS. So the EWS trains got the Wisconsin Central livery on them, which is quite tidy. But yeah, it's quite a nice locomotive, but it's not running right. It says on eBay, and the rails are misshapen and battered. I can soon sort that out. Either I well done, Valleys. I'll be honest. You know, they are nice locals mainline, but they don't fetch a great deal of money because of the axles on them, which is a shame, really. If they'd have brought that out with squared axles that went into square wheels and like bolted up, they'd have been fantastic locals. They're doing that now with a lot of them, doing a square axle and bolting it on. They'd have done that with them originally, they'd have been outstanding. Because I do like them, man. I think I've got one up here somewhere. Have to repair eventually. It's a typical mainline cuss on it. It's a nice little thing, but it's quarterings off. Well, that's a mainline. The weird thing is, it runs and sets off and goes round the track, even though the axles are split and the quartering goes off. Somehow it resets the quartering and runs. I don't know how that works, but it does. Well, it did on my video anyway. So yeah, it's quite weird. So what's everybody been doing model railway related during Christmas? Or I know what Mick's been doing diecast wise. He did a camper I sent him. Oh, Mick, by the way, your parcel arrived this morning. God knows why post office is working Sunday, but it arrived this morning. Many years since I've seen it, Mick, but I'll have to give that a watch some point this week. I know I quite like it, but it's years since I saw it. Oh. I'm gonna have to build a video shelf at some point, Mick. Well, a DVD shelf. What with ones I've had and the ones you've sent, I've got frickin' shed loads now. Absolutely shed loads. So yeah, it certainly is. I forget what did I say it was. It's a Markling crane, but without the base. So yeah, I got that, Mick. It's actually a Markling, I think, but without the base on it. The wagon, which I'll probably adapt one. Let's have a look. But I've no flat wagons. I may get a flat wagon and adapt it onto the flat wagon because it looks the actual cab of the crane looks very similar to the fixed dapple kit. So you can, it's a good weight as well, so it'd weight the wagon down. So I think I may well build my own breakdown crane. I've got a few wagons I've wanted recently, all downby stuff for next to nothing. I got one, I'm sad. It was mint boxed, but I ripped the box up and threw it away because I'm an hooligan. I don't want a box. It can go in a stock box with the rest of my tankers because I'm going to make a tanker train and it's going to get painted and weathered anyway. Like I've got another one there that was in a job lot. I got a Smith's Crifts one for £3. I've got yet another Bird's Eye. I quite like them little wagons. I've done one when weathered it already. But the main ones I've been getting at the moment, where are we? I wanted that one, what I had a few years ago, so I got one of them. And it's very similar to many others. No stands, the same basic chassis and body, just different company name. And that's one I'm starting weathering. At the moment, I've took the glass fibre pen to the lettering and I'm wearing the lettering down so it looks weathered. And I'm going to be doing rust effects and dirt effects on them. So yeah, I've got a few things coming up. I've got an American loco on the bench and I'm going to be weathering it, and I'm waiting for fibre optic cable. I've wired in LEDs, but I'm going to be using fibre optic cable to take the light to the lens because I put the LED behind and it didn't work as well as I'd want it to. So it's 2mm hole for the lights on most American locos. There is one. That's the exception to the rule. All the ones I've got here are under other. Oh, hang on. Is that smaller? Yeah, there we go. Most of them, they're fairly small, like that size there, like 2mm. So they're already opened up the hole. So I've ordered 2mm fibre optics to glue into there, then take them further back and I can mount the LED up here and mount it in a box or stick on, what do you call it? And it'll just take the light forward, then the LED, the fibre optic will take it forwards. But yeah, should be interesting, that one. But the one I'm doing next is a New York Central loco. I'm still doing the Great Western tank that had the back piece broken off top of the boiler. I'm using it's like me. Hang on, where did I put that this afternoon? I've been having a shift round and forgotten where I've put stuff, but if you get some locals broken, like for me triang that I'm up detailing up and repairing, I've got a few Battle of Britain triangs and I'm using the dapple kit for parts and the bodies, and one of them I had a smashed up body, so I've used the dapple body for it. Another one I've used dapple parts. A couple of them I've ordered the modern day dapple front bogie for it. See, it's more detailed and everything. Like the more modern Hornby has a better bogie. So I only have one more. I may reorder another bogie for it. But I've got a few. I've got a few nameplates for Battle of Britain. I may do one of them as a West Country. So we have 6 in at the moment. What have folks been up to this weekend? Railway related or even Christmas? Railway related. We've only had Mick and me mate Vallis say anything up to now. And Vallis is getting beer for locomotives, which sounds fair, depending on how. A landlord wouldn't do that with me, the amounts I drink. Cheers from me. Pint pot bought from York. Bloody backwards on these cameras. Good evening, Scooby. What? What's the what about? Oh, sorry, Mick, I didn't spot that. Oh, yeah, it was Shane that sent it over from Oz, wasn't it? Is that what the Australian post office box were about? I'll thank him next time I'm on DMC. Or I'll give him a thanks personally through Facebook. Because I can't get on DMC anyway. I'm banned from groups for another 2 weeks now. Well, just over 2 weeks. I'll have to stop calling idiots pussies. My tolerance level weren't very high that day. Funny though. Yeah, again, Mick. You'll get used to it, Mick. It's nothing unusual. I am online what I am in real life. I'm not changing for anyone. You know, we breed in a nation and I don't know, I don't get it nowadays. God knows how they get through day-to-day life with being so fragile. I don't get it. Half of the stuff these complain about, my dad has said, buck up, you prick. I think that's a problem with half of them. They haven't got the parents that'll turn round to them and say, stop being a dick. Yeah, cheers, Paul. Yeah, I'd buy a lot more Hornby products if they were as good as that Sentinel. But Hornby, it's like I said in the video, they have zero quality control. They're just not consistent. There was one, I think it was the City of London, a Duchess they did. And a guy bought one, and the front bogie had fallen off. Well, front pony truck, whatever you call it. It had fallen off in the box when he got it, and it were covered in glue marks. And you're talking a loco, you're paying over 200 quid for. And so we sent it back, and they got another from another batch with the exact same problems. So he ended up repairing it himself. But I don't think that's acceptable on a 200 quid loco. I worked 3/4 of a week to get 200 quid. Well, no, I tell a lie. I work about 2/3 to get 300 quid. But it's 2/3 of a week. There's some absolute idiots now, Scooby. A while ago, I was on a free site, gifting things. And on one of these at Christmas, I can't be asked. I'm on my own, can't be asked putting decorations up. Can't be asked taking them down again. So I was given a load of decorations. And I put them up one year. And I thought, oh, this is arsing about taking them down again. So I boxed them all up, and the year after, I put them on a free site. And a few people asked for them. And then they said, will you deliver? I went, they're free. Get off your arse and come and get them. Will I frigging deliver freebies? They're unreal. Eventually, a young woman took them that she was struggling and had kids. And she actually came round and picked them up. And she was so thankful, but the amount of assholes that get given freebies and then ask you, can you deliver them? No. You've just got it as a freebie. Pay some petrol or a bus ride, or ask one of your friends to help you pick it up. Unbelievable, some people. You won't believe it, Mick. Some of the things I did with free sites. Good stuff I had, and I got to the point where I thought, I don't bother now. If it doesn't sell on eBay, I'll throw it in a skip. Can't be arsed handling all that. Like, I got one guy I used to do classic cars, and I sold loads of stuff from on eBay that I was stripping off and selling on and getting money to do rebuilds and stuff. And I put a Morris Minor grill on one time. And I sent it out to him, packaged it up, sent it out to him. When he got in contact with me, he says, where's my parcel? I said, I don't know. I said, I'm not the post office. He says, where is it? I said, give me a minute. And I checked it all up, and it had been delivered, but because he weren't in, it were given to his next door neighbour. And he said to me, I've done a 30-mile round drive. I said, well, why didn't you address it to where you are? He says, well, I don't do that. I address it to me home, but I'm not home during week. I said, I don't know that. I sent it to your address that's registered with eBay. And he says, oh, can you sort it out for me and get it and bring? I went, no. I said, he's your neighbour. Knock on his door and get it. I've said, I've told you where it is. Go and get it. End of story. I said, don't mind me anymore. He wanted me to go to the other side of the country and ask his neighbour for it because he didn't get on with his neighbour. I went, you are having a giraffe. Just knock on his door. You never know. He could have been beaten unconscious with it by his neighbour if he annoyed his neighbour as much as he annoyed me. But yeah, there's stuff you have to deal with. Stuff I've had on, like some on eBay when I've had stuff delivered, and just a nightmare sometimes people deal with. Anyway, we've got a few more in. What have other people been up to during weekend? Yeah, going back to the Sentinel, Paul. I thought it was a lot longer back that the East Lancs got it, but it was the end of the 80s. Apparently, I thought they had it in the 70s, early 80s, but I must have got confused along the lines. I've been visiting the East Lancs Railway when it was just the Transport Museum and they give brake van rides before they actually got the line and station. It was just Castlecroft Yard and the Transport Museum, originally the ELR, but that Sentinel, they got it about the end of the 80s. I think it was it says so on the Hornby ads. The Aftershow Mick. Yeah, it said it on the Hornby ads that the East Lancs got it. And I remembered it in the corner of the Castlecroft Yard. Hey up. Yeah, Valleys, I tell you, I've had 2 instances of getting items they've said have been delivered and photographed. One item, it was photographed in a post office bag. God knows where it was. It were inside a red bag. So you can't give that as evidence it's delivered. It's in a red bag. You have to have it outside the door with a door number or whatever. And another one I got, it weren't even a picture of anything. It looked like it was just a piece of brown carpet. No parcel in it, no door, no features. We've delivered it. Yeah, they're a good little local, Paul. Yeah, I've always liked them, but that one, it was delivered to East Lancs. And I thought it was the one with I thought the London carriers were one the East Lancs used in later years. But the London carriers had connecting rods, and the one the East Lancs used in later years, into the 2000s, I think, that had no connecting rods. It was just 040 with no connecting rods. So yeah, they were a nice shunter though. They have a classic. I'd love to see a model company release the. It's nearly a prehistoric Sentinel shunting engine. It's like a greenhouse on wheels. Yeah, it was somewhat different, wasn't it, Scooby? It was enjoyable, lad. It's an enjoyable idea. I wish more people had done it. Because it's not just for Christmas, it's into the new year idea. So Martin said there's no time limit on it. So you can do the wibbly wobbly wagons as long as you want to. Straight through to New Year, there's no time limit on it. I might do another yet. I've had an idea of one, for one, having a normal van and peeling the roof back and having a monster creeping out because I've got a few things off. I could do a Warhammer one. Get one of the Warhammer monsters, peel back the roof and have it escaping where it's peeled the roof back. Be something to do, and I could do modern day graffiti all over it because I have like paint pens I want to use for doing graffiti. Can't think where I've put them at the moment. But yeah, it was a cracking idea, that, Martin and Evie. Have you seen Evie's latest video? Anyone on here? Has anyone been in and watched Evie's latest video? For Mick, I don't think you'll know him, Mick. Oh, please do, Scooby. You know, that girl is very talented. She's done a poem and she's filmed it like Thomas the Tank Engine. But it's really good. It's really good quality. It's a quality product. She's done the smoke in it. I mean, I've no doubt Martin's helped her with some stuff. But she's into her English literature and creative writing and poetry and stuff. And she's done a long poem and it's really good. If you want to watch that, Mick, you probably won't know them, but they go under the name of Shedmouth Junction. And you've probably seen it on my videos. You'll see the channel name at the beginning of some of my videos, particularly that Wibbly Wobbly Wagon one, Mick. But oh, go and watch a video. It's a cracking little video. I watched it this morning. Very entertaining. Yeah, very, very talented young lady. Yeah, yeah. The one with the shop and everything, Valleys. I don't know, quite possibly, Paul, but I think she's more into a creative side, like the art side and poetry and the probably announcing side. She's a very talented girl, though. I was very impressed watching the video. What did you think, in all honesty, Valleys? If you sounds like you've seen it. The Three Little Pigs one. Yeah, she's talented, all right. Hang on. Is that a bit better for sound? I've just moved microphone. It's probably about same. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Mick said, I'm surprised Oxford are not doing trains. But I think they did actually do some locals, Mick. I think Oxford did some locals. I'll have to double check. Let's have a look. Yeah, Oxford Rail, they did some steam. Let's have a look. I'm sure they did a diesel shunter similar to a Sentinel. Yeah, Janus. They've done quite a few, Mick, Oxford. Locals, etc. They've done quite a few of them. Yeah. They're not bad little locals either, are they, Valleys? Have you got any in your collection, Valleys? I don't think I have. So I couldn't pass comment whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. That's a nice little tipple. Yeah, I believe so. I've got to try one. I've got to not give Oxford a try. I quite like this steeple cab shunter. I might treat myself to one of those in New Year. Got to watch me money at moment though, because company I work for's changed payday to middle of month from the end of the month. Well, not the middle, 2/3 through the month from the end of the month. Yeah, there's some decent ones, Mick. They go under the name Oxford Rail. It's the same company that do all the die-cast cars. Oh, just having a mooch about. Stretch some legs, etc. Yeah, they're nice locals, mate. I think they also do the wagons and stuff for them. I see more about the wagons than the. Yeah, Cool Dapple did a 59, didn't they? I know I have one 59. I'm not sure about another. I had the original Lima 59 when it first come out. I have the National Power one. Beautiful locomotive, that were. Ah, right, that's good to know. Keep an eye out, Paul. I don't think I've seen unboxed. I knew I'd seen locos, but I didn't think I'd seen unboxed. Yeah, so not seen boxes and stuff. I might do, looking at that. I've still got to do that for unboxing review. Not an unboxing, decaling and weathering and painting one. It's going to be a Caledonian Railway iron ore wagon. So that should be a quarter way interesting. I can couple it up to an Hornby Caledonian. Matty Matt, man, that is sounding like totally rude. But I know the one you mean, I do fancy it. It's like Samantha Janus's dad. He's called you. Oh, bad people. Oh, God, I'm not going to be able to carry on. Chuckling at that one. Thank you, Matty Matt. Oh, as you can gather, I won't censor anything. You know, that's something that worries me for the future. Hornby buying everybody else out. Which video's that, Mick? Yeah, there's so many continental names being bought out by Hornby. Like Lima were one that devastated me. Because Lima were a Trinity. I think it's because it pissed Hornby off, to be honest. Because Lima they did cheap, good quality. The detail and running and everything were far in excess of Hornby on the diesels. They were a far better product. I'll never ever understand why Lima collapsed to Hornby, because they were a better product on diesels. And they had far more livery choices. And in the 90s, if you wanted a diesel, Lima was the only choice. Hornby were second runners. I don't know whether anybody watched Sam's trains review. That were interesting. Yeah, there's so many. At the time, in the mid-90s, I used to work and help out in the shop on the East Lancs Railway, and they had, before they made it into just cheap and nasty knickknacks and everything, they had a big model shop and they stocked loads of stuff. And it was a fantastic shop. And the lad who did the main running of it, we're doing a business together. Evening, Mark. Happy New Year to you as well, dude. Yeah, and the lad that run it, he were doing a business degree. And what he used to do, he used to buy in Lima models, and he'd put so many on the shelves for sale, and he'd strip a few for spares, and he'd put the bodies out for sale, the buffers for sale, motors for sale, motorised chassis for sale. So there were a spare part selection as well. Anyway, the people that run the railway didn't like him doing it, and they shut him down, and they were making a fortune out of it. It was a fantastic little business, and they were doing it voluntary. And there was a woman, she's a smart ass. She thought, I'll take over, and she's took over, and now it's all tap basically. There's nothing for model railways. There's books and that and magazines, but after that it's all dishcloths and bloody t-shirts, and half of it you go, I don't want that crap. Hang on, what am I replying to? Shedmouth Junction, you say, Valleys? As in what way? I'm trying to... Oh, there you are. Mick, I'm thinking replying to Mick. Oh, you doing one, Mark? I'll have to keep an eye out. Have to keep an eye out for that. Yeah, the wibbly wobbly. It's a good bit of fun. I'll not ask you what you're doing. I'll let it be a surprise. Have you got a Games Workshop store anywhere near you, Mark? Just asking, because Games Workshop, they do a brilliant selection of spray-on primers. They're not cheap, but they're fantastic quality, and they work well and everything. Yeah, I know that. There's a few places I go. I've not given a full run yet, Mark, but I've got 3. When they first come out, the 040 Sentinels, I couldn't make my mind up between the 3 liveries. So I went, they were only 50 quid at the time. So I went, sod it, I bought all 3. And shortly after, I had a motorcycle accident and nearly lost my leg and ended up with this arm pinned back together. So I didn't really do anything for years with my model railway. They've just sat in the side in boxes. That's why that red one, I've took that out and run it, the SO one, and it's loosening up a bit, but it needs stripping and lubing proper, and the other 2 aren't doing that well, so they need stripping and lubing. But they've been sat in a box for 8 years on the side, so I'm not surprised the lube's probably dried out or gummed up. Yeah, Fergus, I believe, you know what? I've got a range in my town and I've never been in it yet. I should make the effort to go there. But my Games Workshop, Claw, my Games Workshop and pound shops, and there's loads of shops before you get to it to pick stuff up, so I've usually been there first. I actually want to get some airbrush primer and try it. There's one called Steino Res that's meant to be good. I want to try that. something like Steino Res, Stylo, Steino Res, something like that. It's meant to be a really good primer for her brushes. Ah, right, the Ormby one, the Lion Pack. That looks nice, that Lion Pack. It's like I said on the video, though, Ormby are so hit and miss with stuff and quality control. Like Sam's Trains, look, and I looked at it. They did the livestock wagons, etc., for the Rocket and Liverpool to Manchester Railway. And they were abysmal. They were nothing like the drawings. They had drawings online of the original wagons, and they bore no resemblance. Well, they did to a degree, but the detailing was wrong. I've got a law, Mac. Don't give me ideas, Paul. I've got a law, Mac. I've got a law. I've put a box on it. I restored it. I don't know whether anybody saw me video. There was a guy that had put a Smoky Joe train set, Ormby Smoky Joe train set on eBay, and he wanted 40 quid for it. And you could see it had been heavily water damaged. There was no outer box left, just some of the cardboard where it had peeled because of water damage. And it was left on the inner box, the polystyrene. The loco were rusty and the wagons and everything. And I restored it all. But yeah, it was decent. And I had a law Mac in that I restored. 3 pigs. The 3 pigs. Have you had a look at Evie's video, the 3 pigs, Mick? That's the one. Have a look. Have a watch of it. Shedmouth Junction and the 3 pigs. It's a nice video. She's a talented kid. Did you enjoy it, Mick? Here's the golden answer. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Anyway, I've watched it about 3 times. Tickled me. It's not turning me veggie, but it made me laugh. Yeah, it did a bit. It's well put together, though, for a kid, I thought. I think that's what she's been aiming at, as sort of in between Jack and Ori and like Thomas the Tank Engine. She's done a good job anyway, I thought, for a quit. I think, to be honest, I think Martin's helped her because they do a lot of stuff together, but even so, it was damn good. I'll probably watch it again before I go to bed. Might even help me sleep. But yeah, she's very creative young. It made me laugh when she made the animals out of the tankers. Made me chuckle. She might have another 2 coming up yet. She might do the sheep and cows. Because she did 3 sheep and 3 cows as well when she, like the pig wagons. I like watching the channel. They have they have a different approach to stuff. Still model railways and modelling, but they have a different approach. Everything they do is different. Like Martin, he's built a railway around top of his shed. Well, he's built it twice, because first time the railway went wibbly wobbly. So he had to rebuild that. And he's rebuilt it a lot sturdier now. But yeah, it was a very interesting channel. I like the videos, entertain me. But yeah. So did anybody get anything for Christmas they've been waiting for? Don't spoil it what I got, Mick. Don't spoil my Christmas present. Off me friend. Oh yeah, you got your new car, didn't you, Mick? I'm into that. It's a nice little car, that. It's cool. I keep looking at an MGB GT, but I doubt I'm going to get one. I don't. I'm too fat and old. I don't think I'd get in it now. I struggle getting in my mate's MG midget. But to be fair, they are a lot smaller than a B. But even so, an MGB's low down to get into. Well, they go for not a lot of money now. I can get in it, Valleys, but it's a job. It's a job and a half, and it comes up for me if he ever goes out on a run. If he's ever mooching out on a run, he'll come up for me, and we'll go out in it. He bought it and it was good, but it needed a lot of piddly little jobs doing, but because he's one of them, while it's out, I'll do. The engine bay needed repainting, so he took the engine and gearbox out. He repainted all the engine, and then he decided, well, while it's out, I may as well rebuild the engine. So he's rebuilt the engine, checked all clearances, and everything's good. I think box were okay, but he's done all his wire wheels and new spinners. God, the amount of stuff he's done on it. He's done all the springs and shocks and steering and everything over winter. He says this year, while it's away now, this winter, I think he's going to have the paint done. I think he's having it resprayed. So it'll be nice when it's done. Be a lovely car. I've been out in it. It's a good bit of fun going out in it. You know, it's just, if we ever stop anywhere, it takes me half hour get out and half hour get back in again. Yeah, they're a nice little car. I did have, well, my sister had it, but I was left to do stuff on it, and it's still around yet, that car that we had. The MG, we had a bright orange one. One of the bright orange, I think it was called Blaze, the colour. We had one of them, and nicest colour I've seen ever that goes on a MGB GT. It's like a very pale aquamarine colour Oh, it's beautiful. It looks really tasteful on them. I have looked up what it's called and I can't remember what it's called now, but it does look good. Looking what else I've been up to with model railways. There's all sorts around. I bought them, and where is it? Not that one. I don't want that one, I want that one. Where is it? It's under about a dozen here. I've got about a dozen locos it's under. There we go. It's out. I've got them, and I bought that for Spurs for... That's actually never been used, this one. It's as new, or I'm pretty sure it's as new, never been used. Because there's bits that haven't been put on it yet. Like the horns have never been put on. So I think that's brand new out of box. But I want that for parts for a bigger loco I'm doing. I want it for drive couplings because you can't get the drive couplings over here. As it was, them drive shafts came from America. I had to order them from America, Athens Spurs. I've got stuff down. What's that? Oh, that's a Backman American loco Spurs. What else have we got down here? Oh, don't matter about that. That's something else. Oh, those are front handrails for an American loco. Nameplates, what were they for? Ah, they're for Dante. I've got an A2, I think it is, Dante. A kit loco, those are the plates for that. And where are they? I think I've got smoke deflectors somewhere for the plates to go on to. Somewhere around. I've got traction tyres down there. I do have the smoke deflectors. Are they on? No, that's... I've got them somewhere. But yeah, that's one on the list. But yeah, me for Christmas, I got a gift set, included shampoo. Yeah, right. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. And it's got... Hang on. What were it? I'll put it up here. I got shampoo. Cheers, buddy. And body lotion. Use neither of them. So they can go into work tomorrow, and I'll give them out to patients. Preferably, I'll give the shampoo to one of the patients that has hair. Couldn't I just kill him? Bloody shampoo for Christmas. Fantastic. So, did anybody else get any daft presents like that? Or has anybody any stories where they've had a daft present. My favourite one was my brother. Many, many years ago, my brother and my brother-in-law hated the sight of each other. they just didn't get on. And my brother-in-law, my ex-brother-in-law now, many years since he's parted with my sister, he might even have passed on by now. But for a good few years on a run, he knew my brother didn't like blue Stratos aftershave. And he brought him, it must have been about 3-4 years on a row. He bought him blue Stratos aftershave. Anyway, at the end of it, my brother, he gave me brother-in-law a big box and he thought, ooh, must be a really good present, this. And he opened it and he got 4 bottles of blue Stratos aftershave. My brother only saved them all up and sent them back. I said, you're an ass, you. A pair of them never ever gifted each other after that. Yeah, the pair of them despised each other. They just. I'm like, oh God, I'm keeping out of it. Yeah, because my brother were ex-military and my brother-in-law were a copper. So they couldn't stand each other. It was an absolute feud. But yeah, it was funny, Scooby, the amount of stuff they did. I was like, you know, what's happening this week? How are they having a pop at each other this week? That is funny though, pal. Parasots, excellent. Yeah, all them two, mate. You'd be like, modern day equivalent, it'd be like Itchy and Scratchy. Funny. Yeah, it's always brawling, always insulting each other. Ah, that's what I say over it. I say to him, I said, I can't possibly be racist or sexist. I hate everyone equally. Or as I say to him, I say I'm an equal opportunities piss taker. Yeah, I'm too old nowadays to be politically correct. I've no time for all that shit. At the same time, you know, I won't insult people and don't dislike people. But I've no time for all this modern day bollocks. Which is what it is. It's all like you're either alright with people or you're not. It's that simple. If you're downright insulting and deliberately aiming it at people, it's wrong. But if it's humour and not meant nastily to each other, The trouble is nowadays they're so busy on phones, they've lost the communication abilities to know the difference when they're dealing with real life situations. They stood there going, "What do I do? What do I do? I can't put an emoji." Modern day generation. You know, Mark, some years I get whiskey every year, and some years I think we just get me a Lynx gift set and some socks. Although I've got to admit, I did fill me it flask, and it my mate's New Year's do. 12 o'clock rang and my it flask come out, and I went, "Happy New Year." But they're a pain in the ass to fill for how long they last. It flasks. I've got the funnel with it and everything, but you spend about 10 minutes filling it, and I've drunk it in 5. Thought next time I'll just take bottle. Yeah, they go rapid, them Lynx gift sets at our place. They go rapid if patients get them, because we do showers. And the bloody girls at our place, they spray them for fun. I do like Lynx though, some of them. There's one, the actual shower gel's purple, and I love the smell of it. Like when I went to Benidorm a couple of years ago, like when you fly, you're only allowed a certain amount of each thing in bottles. So I had shower gel and hand lotion and stuff like that. Well, no, shower gel, suntan cream. You know, Scooby, I work, well, I work basically, I'm like nursing. I work on an hospital ward sort of thing. And working with patients, when we use all different deodorants, and most of them I'm okay with, about 99%. But there's an occasional one that I don't know what the ingredient is. But when they spray it, it's like CS gas to me. And I run out streaming, coughing. I streaming, coughing, choking. No, I've got to have eggnog with lemonade, Paul, to make a snowball. When I've had a bottle of, what's it called, Advocat, when I've had a bottle of it and tried it on its own, I've thought, yeah, no, you've got to have the, what do you call it, with it. You've got to have lemonade to make a snowball with it. I'm trying to think of the name for the Advocat. Is it Warnings? Have a look. Yeah, it is Warnings. Advocat. I'm presuming Advocat is same as eggnog. I'm presuming. Just Google it. Google it. try eggnog. I ain't gonna ask on it. I'm just looking now. No, I've never actually tried eggnog then. I always thought eggnog was the same as advocaat, but obviously not. I've just looked it up. I might have to give that a try. Yeah, warnings. So, mate, all right, I'll catch you later in week, Mick. Good having you in again, buddy. Take care. Yeah, warning, said it. I think warnings has had alcohol in though, so it's probably eggnog with alcohol. I don't know, but that latest video I've done, going back to that, it's astronomical viewing at the moment. Well, for my channel, it's just going up and up. It's nearly on 2 days now, and I've had 500 views in 2 days. So it's gone. I think the views will drop off tonight, but I may be wrong. I don't know, but it's done really good. Just be a minute, I'm just going getting a drink. Back in a wee while, lads. Finish that one first. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Hmm, that's an interesting thought, Paul. Very interesting. I've been about 3 foot off the pair of them at the NEC in Birmingham before they split. But yeah, it'd be a thought that. He were they were on there, and my mate's big into them because he's got his own car. And I said, hey, I had my camera. I said, hey, yeah, give them a nudge on the shoulder and get a photo before they go on stage. And he was shy. He said, no, no, no. I thought, you did. He'd have got him. I'd have got him for him. Because I'm not shy. I'd have just gone up and gone, wait, Ed, Mike, can you have a photo with you? They'd have been more than accommodating. They usually have people like that. It's only ones that think they're the biggest in the world, like Madonna, goes to the red. Which I can see why they must be so popular when you get to the level of Madonna and huge film actors and stuff. When you get to that level, day after day, wherever you go, people must be after you signing stuff, and you must think, shit, when does this crap end? No matter how you nice you are with people, you must think, shit, I could be spending my day doing something else. Right, cheers, folks. What's the French for duck, Rodney? It's canard, Dell. Yeah, I know it is. Oh, I watched that the other day. It's got to be one of my favourite episodes, that one. The Gary Gang. Gary! Gary! I had him on my Facebook, my carding. And you know, like they say, never meet your childhood heroes. He's an utter wanker. He's a far left wing tosser. And I had him down as an hero because I liked his music and I liked his comedy, because as a person, no, he's not a nice person. He's all right as long as you agree with his far left views. But that comes as no suspect. That comes as no surprise from me for Mike Harding, I'm afraid to say. He weren't even from Rochdale, he was from Crumpsall, one of the most rough ass areas in Manchester. There's two places in Manchester where you don't want to come from. You don't want to come from either Crumpsall or Moss Side. I've lived in both of them. So it's an hard upbringing, but yeah, but he is. Oh, Moss Side, yeah. Well, I say Moss Side, I was just round corner where I lived. I lived in June. The Intercity 125 passed through there pretty swiftish. Yeah, you know, a lot of people call Chubby racist, and he isn't. He does material that's near the knuckle, but he doesn't dislike the people. Even Jim Davidson, they call Jim Davidson racist, and he's what he did, the story of how Jim Davidson got into being a comedian and his chalky act. He was actually a window cleaner at the time, and he was cleaning windows at this pub, and this guy comes out and he's shouting on phone, and Jim Davidson says, "What's your problem?" He says, "I've lost my act for tonight, I've no act." He said, "What was your act?" He said, I had a comedian lined up." He said, "Oh, I'm a comedian." And he just said it off the bat. He said, "I'm a comedian." He'd never done it in his life before. And he went, "All right." He said, "Can you do?" And he did the show. And he went down okay there, but later on, he did a show and he said, "I ended up in this black Sony pub. And he were black people. And he said, my material was sinking. He said it were doing nothing. He said it were awful. And then he said, I introduced my character, Chalky White, and like all the things with Chalky White. And he said they were in hysterics. They loved it. So all these shouting about him being racist, one of his first gigs were in a black pub, and that's where he did his Chalky White character. Yeah, catch you again, Mark. So I don't know whether you know. I think it's first or maybe second time I've seen you, but I don't do it every week due to work. It's sporadic, so just keep an eye out. And if I'm in, I'm in. If I'm not, I'm not. It's just an hobby and a bit of fun for me. It's not a business. I don't take it serious. I just enjoy having a chat with folks. I'm never going to make a living out of it. Let's just say that. Anyway, night, Mike. Take care, buddy, and all the best. But yeah, any other news on the agenda? Somebody say they got new socks. I keep saying I'm going to have to set it up so I do some modelling while I'm talking. Not all that, some actual modelling like painting or whatever. I'm going to have to look into a slightly better quality cam, I think. Unless that cam can handle it. But I'd like to do stuff like, while I'm talking, possibly do stuff like, oh, hang on, like that, or weather a wagon, or whatever. Do various things, because it's quite long-winded weathering wagons, and I can look up, have a look if something's said, somebody discuss it. I'm sure it's got to be more interesting than watching me scratching my beard. I might shave it off again. Feels like I've got 1,001 fleas again. I have this thing where I'll grow a beard and then get put sports bras. Oh, now you're talking. Hey, Matty, I said to me mate the other day, I says, well, during summer it were, and we were on the beach. I said, how do you pull birds on the beach? He said, well, what you want to do? He says, you want to put a potato down your trunks. I thought, all right, so I'll give it a try. And I said to him later on, I said, you know, it's not attracting birds, this. I said, I've had a potato down my trunks all day. He says, yeah, I know, you meant to put it in the front. Never mind, with that, I might say good night. Get a shower and get ready for work tomorrow. Yeah, I'll have a shower and get ready for. I'm not making sandwiches tonight for tomorrow's dinner. I got some money out. I think I'll. It's not Friday. They do fish and chips on Friday, and I ate it. I actually in America, real American man's man. I take it you're a southerner, if you are. Like a what? Let's see what this says when it comes up next. Whereabouts are you located, real American man's man? It's actually model railways, but we broach into other stuff as well. We stray into other subjects. Fly more Germans in. There's other people coming in now. I might stop on a bit longer. Oh, you're in your Birmingham, UK. Good to have you in, Fly more Chairman. I keep assuming, Fly more, that you're Zoe, or am I wrong? Or am I right? I don't know. When I've seen you talk to us in other videos. I may be wrong, I don't know. Bloody hell, they're popping up all over the place now. Oh my God. That's actually Niger. You've missed the J. Don't spell it the real way. I'm already banned off Facebook. Lincoln. Birmingham. Whereabouts in Birmingham? Ah, Fergus. Fergus. You know, I keep seeing you say hi to me. It's good knowing that because I always thought you was off for some reason. Ah, cool. So it's not Birmingham, Alabama. Just making sure now you're here. Right, cheers, thank you. Good to know. I will. What? Well, I won't say that. What sort of age group are you, real American man's man? I'm keeping out of this shit. Yeah, good to meet up with you, Flymo. Great stuff. Like I say, I did 58, right, so you're the right age group. Uh, you'll have heard of one of my friends up here. If you like football, you've definitely heard of him. Oh, but I've not seen him for a bit now, but I'm a good friend with Gary Pearce. See if that name triggers a bell. Yeah, I'm seeing if Gary Pearce rings a bell with real American man's man. He'd have to be into football, but if he's into football, he'll know in his neck of the woods. So, what part of Scotland do you fly more, Chairman? Yeah, but my mate isn't from Birmingham. He had big Birmingham collections. Well, big. Yeah. But do you know who Gary Pearce is? You're the right sort of age to know who he is. All right, cool. My family's from Edinburgh, or more correctly, Preston Pans. I think he's thinking now who Pacey were. You should know, being from Birmingham and that age group, you should know him. I'll say who he was, save you looking up. He was one of Wolves' legendary goalkeepers. Yeah, no doubt, Keith, it's not far from there. Not a million miles. Yeah, I nearly bought one the other day. Edinburgh Pits wagon for me. Everybody's opportunity to like what they like or not like American, but I prefer stuff like that not viewed, not published. Yeah, it's a bit offhand. I'll ban him in a bit, Scoob. There's there's fun, but I have fun and I wind people up, but I won't tolerate that. Look at banning him. Just looking where I can chuck out. Oh, hang on. Just press his icon. Right, he's been removed. I'll tolerate taking the piss and having a laugh, but that we're getting offensive. It's all right, I've jogged him on, Valleys. I'll take piss and I'll have a laugh, but that's being offensive. Yeah, I'm not PC. I'm 100% not PC, but they're homophobic views. Yeah, besides that, I don't know what anyone's leanings are in here or anything. I'm not, but it doesn't mean somebody else is or whatever. So no, I won't put up with it. No, not at all. I won't. The three things. There's a lot I won't tolerate. There's a lot I will take the piss about, and there's a lot I'll slag people off for. But I draw the lines at gender, sexuality, colour, disabilities. Anything where you're having a go at something like that, you're off. Well, yeah, there goes Big Dog. Looking at your name, Big Dog. I'm taking it you have a big doggy. Or am I getting that wrong? Oh, you know, Flymore Chairman, mate. I'm basically working hospital sort of environment. And I broke up for a 9-day break. And I spent all the 9-day break with a lurgy, constantly coughing and ill. And I was surviving on paracetamol, brandy, and Benylin. I was I was swigging Benylin by the bottle. And anyway, all right, there goes big dog. Yeah, anyway, I finished my 9 days leave. I just got over it. I just got rid of it. I were in for 1 day and caught it again. I was like, for God's sake, so we're brandy out, Benylin, paracetamol all over again. It's a good job if you can get it, that. It sort of worked for me. It's cleared a load of stuff, I'll tell you. I don't know, Scooby. See how it goes. I can only take so people at face value till I get to know them. Because I don't think I can find out their IP address. So it may be, it may not be. We have to give benefit of doubt. So if other names, what do you call it, messes about, yeah, if that one messes about and gets offensive, I'll just pardon. I don't hesitate. They can go around in circles making new names. Because I do it myself to piss them off. There's none finer at it than me. Yeah. Till it's directly offensive. If it's direct, like I say, I'll ban them as quick as they can make new accounts up. As long as it's not directly offensive to anyone. I'm just taking that as a term. Yeah, that sounds like thing fly more. That's another one gone. I do think it's the same guy again. I can ban them as quick as they can make new accounts. For them, it's all the typing. For me, it's one mouse click. They can carry on typing till their heart's content, or just one mouse click and adios. It's easy. It doesn't bother me. I'll let them go on typing and I'll just one mouse click. It's no task whatsoever for me. I'm one that can do. I'm one that if I want to get into a battle, right, we'll try again. we'll try again with to give you the benefit of the doubt. If you dick about again, it'll be another one that's bad. Yeah, you're right, Flymo, it does. Don't worry me. I can waste time as much as them, it amuses me. Think it's funny more than anything else, as long as they don't offend. Right, that's another one done. No, not needing to. Not at the moment, I'm just watching this. All these new, what do you call it? Alleged profiles, yet the counts isn't going up, but the profiles are. Yeah, I'm deleting them as quick as it can sit typing them. I'll delete them because the members haven't gone up, but all these daft profiles do. So I just delete it as soon as it comes on. Yeah, let's have a look. He weren't bothering me until he started getting offensive with people. Count's gone down, so maybe he's got bored. Yeah, I just look at. I've got a count there, and count's very low, and you're getting all these new profiles on all of a sudden. I'll just give them so much chance, and if they dick about, bar them. But yeah, I think so. But they're wasting their time. All they're doing is they don't bother me. They're just funny, really. To me, they're amusing idiots. They amuse you because you just know it's a dick with nothing else to do with your life. They were probably the type of people, or the kids buried their heads in the sandpit. Oh, for sure. Excellent time. Awesome time, Flymore Chairman. Hope you did as well. Good night, my man. Take care, bud. Good having you in. Yeah, I didn't do a lot. It was quiet, but what I did do was quality. Yeah, so I did very little, but what I did do was quality. Yeah, it's been a real bitch. I don't think it's been flu. I think it's a virus that's been going round. Been a bloody nightmare to shift the constant. I think it was probably a variety of flu, but then COVID, flu is a COVID strain. Or should I say COVID is a flu strain. So it's all same ballpark. Yeah, it's nearly finished me off. I had COVID bad. Nearly finished me off. So I've had. It's weird though, because I've had. Oh, bloody hell, shit deal, that Flymo. Yeah, it's weird. I had COVID bad, and I had long term COVID. And when I got this, my long term COVID has seemed to improve, so I don't get it. Yeah, good to hear you making it through. I'd got 72 quid for a class 40. If that's new, I'd get it. I don't think you'll see it for that again. I think the class 40, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the Lima bodywork, and I think they've improved it with well, allegedly improved it with Hornby motor and internals. Yeah, yeah. To be honest, if it's delivery that you want and everything, I'd have it. Yeah, 72 quid for that. I'd rip their arm off if I were after one. But what I've done, I've detailed up the Dueth one, the very old Dueth. But I may get a Hornby or Lima one, improve it. Yeah, 70. Look at it this way nowadays. If it's a brand new one, how many diesels can you get for under 100 quid now? There's not so damn many, I'd imagine. Because the actual Hornby Sentinel shunter I just got, that's meant to be 100 quid. And that was 62, so at class 40 is a bargain. Am I right in saying Barry's the one that keeps... He's, he pissed a lot of people off, didn't he, Barry? I think. And I don't think people are letting it go. He pissed a lot of people off in the modelling world. Hey, Valleys, you got an utter bargain there. It's not a bad model, the Lima 40. Well, actually, as I said, the Hornby one is the Lima body with Hornby internals nowadays. You're brave playing that fly more for an Airfix one. What puts me off them is the nylon wheeled axles, because it's not if they cracked, it's when they're gonna. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't understand how he got that many after he. He's not popular because I watched the video and he insulted a lot of people. And a lot of people are remembering what he did. Sadly, silly bloke. Yeah, I've got one I've detailed up, Scooby. I got a detailing white. I got a white metal kit to detail up the duet, and I put fine cast flush glazing in it. I've still to finish it yet. I don't. It's in a box somewhere. It's probably up on layout. I've got to point now though. I've got about 200 locos to look through. So I'm like, where the hell have I put it this way? It's actually the one on mine isn't too bad. It runs okay, but it's only a very small motor. But the good thing is with it, it's a fairly easy motor mount and thing if you wanted to replace it with a better motor. Best way of describing it for the UF Class 40 is it's something like the lines of a smaller, the motor arm be used after the XO4. It's an open motor similar to an XO4 idea, but it's a small square motor. That's something similar to what's in the UF. But the mounts and that, I'd say you'd be able to easily mount a different motor in it. Yeah, I think it'd be easy to mount a different motor in them if you wanted to upgrade the motor. Oh, I lose track of them. They're everywhere. Hang on, where is it? Just give me a minute. They're breeding like. You'll get that, I think. Yeah, that's the one, Scooby. Fly more, Chairman. I can picture a Class 40 all too easy from the inside out. There's not a place I haven't been on them. My dad used to be a railway guard, so I got so many cab rides in Class 40s. I've walked through the engine rooms while they've been running in service. Ah, that's not bad, 18. That works out at, wait a minute, more or less a fiver each. It's not bad going. I think I think Lima did them with LMS on, because the Class 08 was originally an LMS loco. The first versions of it were LMS. Yeah, it did, didn't it, Valleys? Because the 08 essentially wasn't originally an LMS locomotive. So that makes you wonder, really, because if you take into account nationalisation was what, 47, the 08 shunter must have been on the drawing board and being developed during World War II. Well, cool. You've probably seen every single one I've been in. Scooby, I did both camps of the Great Train Robbery one, because it was a Newton Heath locomotive at one point. Well, I say Newton Heath, it were allocated to Longsight, but Longsight was the home base for Newton Heath as well. Awesome. Awesome trip, Flymo. One of my friends, I've not talked to him for a bit, but he's into model railways, and as a kid he got cab ride the City of Glasgow, the Duchess. He got on to, well, Stania Pacific, isn't it? Yeah, weren't he actually a steam driver? And they asked him to drive a diesel. Well, I thought, that's not what I usually drive. Yeah, they do. Yeah, possibly not. Mentioning AWS switches, a bit of memorabilia I've got is I'd have to go into other room to get it, but I have an AWS cover off a DMU. I put it on eBay once, but the weight of it'd probably cost more to post it out than I'd get for it. Well, yeah, it is. It's a funny old story in some ways, that, but Yeah, there's a lot of railwaymen who absolutely hate the Great Train Robbers for the driver on it. Which you can see the point and everything. And they don't like it. Like, that was one locomotive. I do believe, if I remember rightly, it was offered to York, and York wouldn't take it because of its history. Now, that has got to be the National Railway Museum's biggest mistake ever. Because I mean, I know it's a black history and everything, but it's still railway history. And that locomotive would have drawn in more visitors from around the world than any other, sadly. Yeah, it is lucky they didn't cause an accident, but what they did, it was only a very short distance, and I think if it had run away, they'd have stopped it and they'd have pinned down brakes and stuff. And I think if it had run all the way on main line, it'd have been stopped before anything happened. You don't know, you can't say. But it's one of them things. It's an historic thing, and it's a crime that loco were cut up. Because, like it or not, it's a huge part of railway history. Yeah, it was. There was a couple of unlucky things happen with it, Scooby. I think it had a bit of a prang as well. Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to. Maybe they wouldn't look at other locos, but it's still footfall because you'd still get your visitors that would look at the other locos, and you'd get the visitors that just come to look for that. At that, so it is footfall. Yeah, I've got a 45 to do for my channel. I've got a peak. I've got the mainline one, and I've bought some plates for it from Fox. I think I'll do some weathering and put the plates on and stuff. Yeah, I mean, with York, it's free entry, but it's what you buy when you're there. If you pop in the shop or you pop in the cafe, and it's all revenue coming in for them. And it's revenue for other people to paying to go there, pay for car park, and it's all revenue coming into York. Police Livery 37, cracking idea, Valleys. Yeah, they are a nice little local. I've got one, like I say, I'm going to have to cut because they moulded on plates on the mainline one. I'm going to have to shave them on to put on the better quality Fox plates. It was indeed, Paul. They drove it down the track straight into a nuclear flask. For it was seeing what the nuclear flask would take impact-wise without splitting. Yeah, Elgin are nice. They have some weight behind them. I don't have a local. I have the Elgin DMU parcels car, and it's a nice little thing. I actually got a ride in one of them, one of the ones that went around Victoria. If I remember rightly, I went from, were it Newton to Victoria to Mayfield Station. Brilliant. Yeah, it were nice. Yeah, I forget what the number was on that one that they crashed into, Flask. Made a fair old mess, like. Yeah, this is what I'm on about with the new stuff. I don't think now they want you to repair them, in all honesty, particularly Hornby. They made that fragile and that awkward to take apart and assemble. I think they designed so you can't really repair them that well, unless you're someone who does it absolutely regular and you've got small digits, no shakes. You have to be young and with fine fingers and no shakes to what my banana fingers and shakes are a very limiting factor for new locals. I have to work out other methods, like having a magnet to hold screws on so I can put them down into areas where they're on. Yeah, and the shakes, I put an Athern together the other day, and I've had to take it to pieces again, so I'll have to put it back together. And that's all putting the shafts in and stuff, and that's a lot simpler than the newer ones, because Athern are they're all wheel drive and they fly wheels and drive shafts and everything, but they're very simple compared to the modern ones. That's what I've got. Where is it? That's what you want for a torch. I got some batteries for it other day. The old mag light. Can't fold some. Good little tool. Yeah, I've just ordered a local off rails of Sheffield. See how it goes this time. I've had one nicked, one went adrift in the post. I've not had good luck with rail. Well, I have had good luck because I've had a Flying Scotsman and a Duke of Sutherland that I got cheap because they needed repairs and they cost nothing to repair. So I have done okay, really, with rails at Sheffield. Yeah, they're a good piece of kit, mag lights. They are a decent piece of kit. Anyway, gents, we've been going for 2 hours 20 now, and I think I'm going to call it a night. I think I'll get a bath and stuff and ready for work tomorrow. It's been good having a chat, good catching up, and look forward to the next time again. Good seeing y'all. Good having you taking part. But as I say, unfortunate. Yeah, cool one. Good having you along, Scooby. Yeah, it's unfortunately working to play as we play again. Got to be getting ready and sorting myself out for morning. Yeah, night, chaps. Been an excellent chat night again. More than welcome, Fly more. Like I said, I want to suss out building a board down here for working on and get a slightly better camera. And I'll possibly have a go at kits because I've got a few kits to go at. I've got one of these Dapple motorised rail buses, and it's got a motorising kit with it, all the stuff I need to motorise it. So that could be a candidate while we're chatting. Anyway, as I've said before, good having y'all, and tatty pie. Tatty pie. Take care till next time. All the best to everyone. Good night, all. Here we go. Night. Night. Tatty pie. Bye.